12 noon on the dot. We're at Commission Chambers in City Hall in beautiful downtown River City at 101 South Washington. Call this meeting to order. I'm going to do a short invocation, and part of that invocation, I am going to ask for a moment of silence on behalf of Jackie Jones, former JP and public officials from this area who recently passed. Of course, he's Dave Jones' father. So we're going to have a moment of silence during the prayer, and then I'll go through the invocation, and I want to ask Dr. Cummings to lead us up to well, all please rise. Let us observe a moment of silence, please, on behalf of the City Commission and the community of Grande City for the way Jackie Jones. Thank you. Our Heavenly Father, we ask that you provide us the grace and the wisdom that you often do in our lives. You've been a strong part of everybody's existence in the world and in this community, and you've steered us in the right direction to prosperity and to the benefits of many people around this community who now partake of your grace. We ask that you give us the wisdom and the knowledge and the strength to make good decisions for this community. We ask that you always live within our soul, and that you provide us the path and the light that sometimes gets a little foggy with the difficulties we have. We ask that you bless all the children in the schools, and that you bless all the parents and the people in this community, that you bless the very brave soldiers who are in harm's way in protecting our freedoms. We ask that you bless all the public officials who have to make difficult decisions on the behalf of their communities for a greater country and a greater state. We ask that you bless everybody here represented in the way that you can, our Lord, in the strength and the wisdom that you have. These things we ask in your precious name. Amen. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Dr. Salinas. And I ask that you please go on this agenda under general, and we go to roll call and finding of a quorum. And as always been the tradition with us, we go to our very capable City Secretary, Holly Guerrero.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Villarreal.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Garza is absent. Commissioner Salinas.
Here.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Here.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Letter C reads Public Forum, and it's a portion of this agenda where somebody in the community could come and talk to this commission, and they can explain to us their points or their concerns. They have 3 minutes to do so, and we ask that they keep within the constraints of time that's given to them. Ms. Holly, has anybody signed up for public forum?
No, sir.
Very good. We move in this agenda quite quickly to department reports under D, and for that I remind everybody that the departments of the city are things like the public utilities, we like the public works, police department, fire department. I think now we even have youth services and tourism that Elisa's trying to establish. So Ms. Beas, I ask that you highlight whatever you want to our departments, and I encourage the commission to ask any questions of anything pertaining to this particular item.
Thank you, Mayor. All departments are working as scheduled. I do want to say that this week, actually, the soccer and the basketball program has started. I think basketball has over 200 children registered, and the soccer has about 170.
Oh, wow.
So that's going on, and we're also getting ready for the bird migration celebration on March 28th at the trails. Just about every day I do get people saying we had some parents saying that they have spring break in Roma, and they were planning on bringing their kids and their bicycles to the trails. So citywide cleanup is being taken on by Public Works. It's kind of been halted a little bit with the rain, but they're continuing for the next couple of weeks. And also, we have staff that have been manning at the Mercedes Livestock Show, our promotional booth. You know, we have a lot of notices or articles and stories that come out with a lot of negativism sometimes of the city, and I feel it is up to us to promote our city in a more positive way. We have a lot to offer. People that have not been to Rio, or people that have lived in Rio, have approached the employees and says, wow, this is going on, you know, they're going to come back and visit and take trolley tours. I think we've got about 80 people signed up for trolley tours out of the Mercedes It's been very, very positive, the outreach, and I hope y'all check the promotional video that's been put out highlighting open space. And it's one of several series that's going to be aired. It's got over 6,000 already views, so that's really happening. We do have that tourism. We held it last Saturday. It was a big hit. We had people from the Texas Tropical Trails out of Corpus. We had a freelance writer with the Texas Monthly and two from Heritage tourism groups out of the valley. So we got a lot of exposure in that area. But if y'all have any questions on anything, we just talked about the spay neuter program a while ago, so that's also something we're working for the next meeting.
Can you use an update on the lift stations and also on the meters for the water?
On the lift stations, we hope that the delinquent tax attorneys will present to the county and to the community college to get the Garcia's property. We're pending on that, so we can get the green light from the Texas Water Board to advertise. The plans are ready and approved. That's the only thing, the land itself, that's holding us back. On the meters, we have two companies providing proposals as to how much it would cost, what type of training, the programming. About 3 weeks ago, we went with the group that provided for El Tanque. They're the ones that have digital meters throughout their system. And it was amazing as we were driving, and they will provide even the laptops and the program in the vehicle, and it was just going beep, beep, all the green. And then one, if it was yellow, that maybe there was a leak, a red, maybe it was vacant. It was just in a matter of maybe 20 minutes, like almost 100 and some meters were red. So that's very encouraging. We just need to make sure that we are getting the best deal, because more than likely, it is something that we will be having to finance.
With that being said, I know we talked about possibly passing some type of ordinance or something to be able to assess a fine to those individuals that use illegal tactics to, I guess, not or
To steal from us.
steal water.
Theft.
Yes.
It would actually be an ordinance through a fine attached to it. I know we've got Mr. Milan working on that to present to Jackie, our city attorney.
Okay. Thank you.
On that note of water, Commissioner, I saw Carlos Rubenstein at a recent event in Seguin, and he asked me point blank, says, how are your projects coming along? And I said, we'll be back soon. So we visited with him about a month ago, maybe, I think it was, and he's very aware. You know, we sat down, he even shared, it's the first time ever that I'm a part of this commission where I'm in a meeting where the actual chairman of Water Development Board sits with us for even a spell. That had never happened before. And it was very, very encouraging. And when I saw him at the water symposium, he immediately asked me how our project's coming along. So he's well versed. He's from Brownsville. It's a big benefit that we have. So I'm looking forward to having some good relationships with the Water Development Board, and it looks very encouraging. Just quick notes for me under department reports. I do want to commend the staff, Elisa, and everybody who worked, and I think Dalinda was here, Dalinda's here, that worked on the Texas Historical Commission combined Rio Grande City and Economic Development Tourism Program that they're developing. It was extremely refreshing. I never envisioned that the city of Rio Grande would have the potential and the possibilities for what that program offered, but it was extraordinary. You know, we had Danny Trevino, who had a piece on firearms, and he dressed the part with his I don't know if his sons or his family, but they look like the real deal, man, with a little more facial hair perhaps for the youngsters, but they did a wonderful job, and so did Jim Seaton. And Marty, our very own Martin Rios, provided a demonstration on roping and branding. So I think Martin enjoyed it because he gets back to his roots. So yeah, it's funny how what we take for granted every day of our lives, it's so extraordinary. I had some people from Rock Spring, Texas, who came all the way from there, and I think they're somewhere past Del Rio or something, I'm not sure, to come and take part in the event, and they just heard about it through the historical commission, and they were extremely impressed, and they told me they were very, very moved by the whole event. So congratulations to all who took part in that. Under the tourism also, I want to mention the livestock show and that program that Elisa initiated. I saw Lizette the other day, and she said one of the more common questions was, where's Rio Grande City?
And once they even identified where we were going to city, they had heard some of the bad press. And I want to say that the way you combat that is by bringing them in, inviting them, and showing them what we're all about. And I think, programs like that where you bring people from even in the valley, I think it becomes a big benefit for us because we got to start there and we build from there. So congratulations on that program as well. I do also have a quick point where I was talking to Mayor Pro Tem a little bit ago about the story on drinkable through Texas Tribune. And I think it has a double connotation, but I explained to Mayor Pro Tem, and I've had some phone calls. I encourage people to read the article first, and what it identifies is the problems that exist, not so much in our system, but within the water corporation's ability to deliver water with a good amount of pressure and good clean water once it leaves our system. We can't control that. That's something beyond our means. But I talked to the people who wrote the story for the Texas Tribune, and I read the story extremely carefully, and I believe it's appropriate and fair, and I encourage everybody to read it, and once they read it, they'll find out that Undrinkable is a story about the entire Texas, not just Rio Grande City. So just want to make that comment. So those are my comments under departmental reports. Does anybody have any? Yes, ma'am.
I just forgot to, I know that last week Jack and also code enforcement worked on the noise ordinance. That's also coming up
Yes.
before you
We're running that, Mayor.
at the next
Okay.
meeting. And just got notice that we got 2 brand new vehicles to a Stone Garden. It's about $110,000 value. So all equipped with radios and everything.
Very good.
How's the construction going over there by, across the street from Walmart?
The
Street.
development, we just met, and I think we forwarded an email, Dalinda forwarded an email to Mr. Ramirez, I went ahead and forwarded it to you all. That came up, they're ready within the next 90 days to start presenting to city. They still have to go through their process of the land subdivision. FEMA still has not given them notice on what they're proposing to do with the creek. They FEMA asked for additional information, that's been submitted. They're looking at starting already within the next 90 days to bring forward paperwork.
Okay.
Any more questions on department? Anybody? Okay. If no more questions, thank you very much, Elisa, and thank you, Belinda, EDC, and thank everybody who participated in those programs. We move under 2 consent agenda, and there's 3 items, A, B, and C. Approval of departmental travel request, approval of minutes from previous meetings, and approval of EDC action from meetings of February 18th, 2015. I will take them all together and or one at a time, however the commission, sorry? So move, take them in group?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a motion by Dr. Salinas to take departmental travel requests minutes from previous meetings, EDC actions of February 18th, 2015. As a group, I have a motion by Dr. Salinas. I have a second by Commissioner Ramirez. Any further discussion? If none, I will go to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Number 3, contracts and agreements. Discussion possible action to approve a lease agreement with the RGC Public Utilities Department for rental space of 405 East Mirasoles Street, Suite D. Ms. Bea, some information on this item.
Mayor and Commissioners, this is a suite that was occupied before as the EDC meeting room where the RGC TV equipment is. It was being leased by Melaco Company, and they used it only for meeting, but they no longer decided to continue leasing the space. Public utilities need some additional space for their meter books and some of their meters. It is a temporary situation for them, and they're good tenants, so
Okay.
they
Okay.
pay their rent on time.
What are the wishes of the commission on this item?
Nice of them.
I have a motion by Commissioner Ramirez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Salinas. Any more discussion?
What are we looking as far as the options for the utility department?
The plans are ready. We are looking at bids for demolition of the existing building. At one time, we felt that those monies were gonna be steered to the water tower on Garcia Street, but at the last trip, we were given very favorable comments. Actually, Mother Hunter through Mario Reina already submitted the project information form to
For-
fix the Garcia's tank.
Okay.
That
to
was, yes,
Department of Agriculture?
no, Texas Water Development Board. sir.
Okay, good.
Oh.
So those funds, instead of having to use them on the Garcia's tank, we're gonna continue to proceed with the building.
We're also asking the Texas Department of Agriculture to help us under an emergency, and I know that Hollis Rutledge is working very carefully. I saw also Sid Miller, the new director. Believe you me when I say new, he's brand new. He's been at the job a few months. I think we also talked to Mr. Hunter there at Texas Ag, so we might get a little bit of help from Texas Department of Agriculture, so we're keeping our fingers crossed for that too. Anything else on that, Ms. Sid?
No, sir, that would be it.
Very good. Did I have a motion on this? Not yet. Okay.
Motion, but no vote.
Yes.
No, we had a motion already?
We
Okay.
have two motions, but
Very good. I asked for a vote on this item. I think we're number 3, which is the rental space item. All in favor of this item signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 4, planning, letter A reads, discussion possible action on request for wine and beer retailer's permit by Juan Saldaña for business located 1401 West Main Street. Ms. Beas, give us some information on a beer and wine license for this gentleman.
This is for the restaurant Los Regios. It's right before you get to Chaco Blanco on the north side of 83. They are applying for beer and wine on premise. There have been no issues with this site, and planning and zoning approved it at their March 3rd meeting.
Very good. What are the wishes of the commission on this item?
I so move, Mayor.
Motion by Commissioner Ramirez, do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Jones. Any more discussion? With none, I'll go to a vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Letter B, under planning, discussion possible action on a request for wine and beer retailer's permit by San Juana Sanchez for business located 601 East Main Street. Ms. Bea, some more information on wine and beer retailer's permit.
This is the restaurant that we used to be known as Ches Restaurant and La Borde. We have new people that are gonna be opening this restaurant, and they're applying for the license. It does meet all ordinance requirements, and planning and zoning approved it at their March 3rd meeting, sir.
What are the wishes of the commission on this?
I so move, Mayor.
Motion by Commissioner Ramirez, do I have a second? Second by Dr. Salinas. Any more discussion? With no further discussion, I go to a vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Here we go. Letter number C, under planning. Discussion possible action on request by Rio Delta Engineering for preliminary approval of Mezquital subdivision. Ms. Beas, tell us about Mezquital subdivision.
Mezquital is a one-track subdivision right across from Fred Loya, right before you get to the intersection of the traffic lights, right in front of Fred Loya on the south side.
South side.
Yes, they're looking at a one-track commercial plat, and it has gone through planning and zoning on March 3rd, so everything is in order.
Very good. What are the wishes of the commission on this item?
So move.
Motion by Dr. Salinas. Do I have a second?
Second motion.
Second by Commissioner Ramirez. Do I have any more discussion on this item? No further discussion. I will go to a vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Number 5 is executive session. Ms. Jackie, anything in executive session? Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, before I adjourn, Mr. Salinas, anything going on in the world of education and/or otherwise?
Lots going on, so.
I know up in the legislature, there's lots of talk about public education and how it's being handled, so I ask everybody who sees this on our, and by the way, we have Christian now, who's in charge of RDC TV back there, and if you haven't had a chance to see his commercial, I encourage you to do so. It's extraordinary work. He actually almost fell down a hill trying to videotape those people running through the woods. So he went to great lengths, but it's very well done. I do want to commend Christian for that piece of work and everything he's been doing. So it's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube and/or
On the Facebook of the city.
Facebook of the city. Yeah, please take a look at it. You're gonna like what you see.
we're using it the last.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I know last night I'm sure he'll mention it, we're at a soccer game last night, so Gruya High School, co-champs, district champs.
District champions, our Gruya soccer team boys last night captured or shared the title with Hidalgo by winning, beating Monte Alto 14-0.
Oh, wow.
So, congratulations
That's a
to the
significant,
Gruya boys, that are
Good
playing
for
this
them.
week. Yeah, so,
Congratulations.
yes, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Ramirez?
No, pretty much winding down. We've got the varsity primary here on Friday afternoon from 12 to about 8 o'clock. I welcome, invite you guys to come out and support. I know there's also class 78, the first team to win a district title in track and real history. Also going to be honored at that meet around 2:30, 3 o'clock. So again, if you guys have a chance, go out there and support.
Very good. Excuse me, Mayor Pro Tem, anything going on?
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to share with us?
I'm proud to announce that at 4:30 this morning, my daughter-in-law Candace made me a grandfather again.
what's the name of your brand spanking new?
Avon.
Avon.
Garza.
Avon Garza. Wonderful.
How big was he?
9 pounds,
Wow.
41 inches long.
It's a
Wow.
big little boy.
Wow, that is a hunk of beef. That's a lot of beef. Congratulations. I want to say that I know that we've done a lot in this city, and you know I commend all the commissioners for that. But I want to say that the biggest difference I think has happened with Mayor Pro Tem Garza, because when he used to sit next to me, we always kind of sat next to each other. His biggest complaint was, "No tengo nietos, no tengo nietos, no tengo nietos," and
Ahora ya no los quiere.
he can't get it anymore. So I know that God's grace is very strong, and you're very blessed, and I congratulate you for having the next chip off the old block, and I'm sure it's going to be a great time. You know what? That's enough. I'm not asking anymore. That supersedes everything. So you can stop there. Commissioner Jones, first of all, I know that you have gone through this process in having to adjust your life, and I say that because some of us have gone through something similar, and I just want to let you know that the entire city commission and the city of Rio Grande and the community has been with you through this, and you don't have to say very much. Let me do most of the talking, but your father was actually had a very dry wit, and he was a very humble man, and anybody who wants to get into public service can use him as an example. So on behalf of the City Commission and the EDC and the community of Rio Grande, I want to thank your family and know that your father has a wonderful legacy that he's left behind, and I congratulate you for that. So on behalf of us, thank you very much for everything, and I don't really have any comments. I know it's still very fresh, so I don't know if you want to say anything, but we're very grateful.
Well, just like to thank everybody for the coming out and for the prayers for my dad. He's a great man, and thank you all. Appreciate it.
I'll close it with this. Where that's concerned, the monitor communicated with me, and they said, "Do I have any comments on DeWitt Jones?" And I was like, "Who's DeWitt Jones?" He's like, "I know it's Chachi," and I was like, "Oh, Chachi," and I know it's kind of funny, but DeWitt didn't. I was like, "Who's DeWitt Jones?" And I told Commissioner Jones that, and it's kind of funny that we knew him better as Chachi, and I think it says a lot about him. So we'll get by, sir. We'll get by. Myself particularly, like I said, I think I've said most of everything having to do with the fine work that I believe that the city's been doing, focusing on tourism. I know that the people of the Texas Historical Commission came in very impressed. The product that was put out, Dalinda can tell you, was a first quality, first class product. It was exciting. You had the firearms demonstration, and I want to say that the city of Rio Grande, I go back with Hernan Garza a long time ago, we envisioned that being a part of our foundation. And I think I see that evolving, and I encourage the EDC and the city to continue on that path, because people want interesting things to do, and they will find lots of interesting things to do here. Even in, Martin, who was out there, had a guy on a saddle from Rock Spring, Texas, on top of a bale, lassoing, I'm serious, and lassoing a dummy, and the guy was tickled to death. And we had also a young lady, I think her name was Raylan, like Valerie's, I remember Valerie's granddaughter, who was from McAllen, and was her first actual trip down here, and she was very impressed, and she got on the saddle too, and she loved every minute of it. She shot the gun, yeah. He had a musket loader, and she shot it also. So City of Rio Grande has a lot to look forward to. And I know we talk a lot about projects of water and projects of sewer, but tourism is coming along very nicely, and I congratulate everybody. And I think those are all my notes. I just want to, I see Chief Castillo. Any comments, Chief, on anything that's going on?
I was telling Ms. Diaz this morning about the Stone Garden event, that we got the 2 units, and they already went through. You just need to submit the effective date to order those, and there's 2 completely fully equipped tacos. We should be getting those. So.
Very good. That's significant for us, but I think I'm still going to say, by standards of what we need and what we should have, that's still a drop in the bucket. It's only $120,000, $130,000. And I say only, meaning if you want to secure the border and help us out, because that's the purpose of Stone Garden, we would probably need more assistance than that. I'm pushing real hard to let you all know to reinstitute the COPS program, the community-oriented policing, where they hire officers and we take over after 3 years, and they pretty much fund it through there. So I'm working on the cops. I was also on a conference call with Ted Cruz himself, and that had never happened, actually. So I'm very pleased to say that I gave him my reservations about the border fence. I pretty much told him we were I was against the border fence. And surprisingly, he agreed. He was sounded very open to possibilities. He said that most law enforcement people all over the valley give him the same information, and that what I was saying was echoing. So I encourage everybody, if you see your state reps, if you see your federal representatives, please express to them whatever concerns you have. For me, it's all about the border fence and my opposition to the border fence. So, express an opinion that you think is valid for our community, and I assure you that with time and hopefully patience, we will see things happen in our favor. And the reason I'm talking a little bit, because that meeting was too quick, and I always tell commissioners, quick meetings, but this one was quick. It was probably 21 minutes long. I'll make it 24 minutes long. So I do want to thank the commissioners. I know it's a burden from your schedule, so thank you very much. Thank the city staff, thank the city commission. And with that, I think I'm ready to ask for a motion to adjourn. I have a motion, Dr. Salinas, to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll take Commissioner Jones makes a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Let the record show, Holly, that it is 12:27 in the afternoon, and this meeting of the City Commission is adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.